What's good, all my kings and queens? I'm Tiyera and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe so you see more videos like this. And if you have read the title, I'm pretty sure you already know what this video is going to be about. It's going to be a story time. This video has been requested actually for some time now, and I've been putting it off because going down memory lane making this video is going to be tragic, and not gonna lie, it's kind of like PTSD for me. But I figured for those of you who are trying to get into the military or are currently in the military, if you've had a similar experience, this video might just be interesting to watch to see mine. Hey guys, so without further ado, this is going to be my experience when trying to get into the military, or my experience with M.E.P.S. So for those of you who don't know, M.E.P.S, it's the place where you go to when you're trying to get into any branch of the military. Like I was trying to get into the Michigan Army National Guard. I first found out that I wanted to join the Michigan Army National Guard when I was in maybe my junior year at high school. I was still 16 years old. It was October 2017, and I knew I wanted to join the military, but I just didn't know what branch yet. So I was still doing my research and just going to school and, you know, just being me. And they used to have, I don't know if you guys can relate in your schools, but in my school they always had people come down in the cafeteria with booths that to come and promote their businesses and workplaces for people who wanted to work. And they had the military come a few times, different branches. The Navy came once, and I thought that I wanted to join the Navy at first, so I filled out an application for the Navy and put all my information in there, and I never got a call back. But I was still 16 at the time, so I'm just gonna assume that I was too young. So they just decided that that they didn't want me or whatever. I don't know. All I know is they never called me back or reached back out to me. And they continued to send like merchandise to my house and stuff though, which was weird. I didn't even know which branch I wanted to join yet. So not until I was in class one day, and my teacher, Miss Lynn, shout out to Miss Lynn, if you're watching this, you know who you are. She had a recruiter, our Army National Guard recruiter, come and give our class a lecture, basically. He had a whole presentation about all the benefits of joining the National Guard and all the college benefits, and it really just all stood out to me because I wanted to go to college so bad, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford it. So if you were ever in a predicament like that, then this would have been something that probably would have stood out to you. Like, it was just something that was always in the back of my mind. So yeah, and I also have veterans in my family too, so I'm not saying like this whole video is not like downing people who are trying to join. And even though I never, let's make this clear now, I never ended up joining yet. I'm still not enlisted now, but this is just my story because it took over 3 years to decide that that I'm probably not going to end up joining. I'm still kind of not 100% sure about it, but it took 3 years to decide that. So this is just my process. Again, if you're trying to join, this isn't to say that you shouldn't at all. This is just what I went through. I do have veterans in my family. My cousin, we were born this same year. He's a Marine, and then I have an aunt she was in the Air Force, I believe. Yeah, so I have veterans in my family, and I have more than that. So I figured I wanted to, like, that had an impact on me. I don't know if it would have on you guys, but having veterans in the family kind of made me feel like, you know, I wouldn't have been alone if that's something that I decided to do. I knew I would have my family members on my side, because I know that this is something that they wanted to do, so they would support me if I wanted to do it, obviously. When I first wanted to join, there was an application that we had to fill out at the end of the presentation. We had to put our, you know, basic information that they asked for on basic job applications and stuff. And I was in a class that was mixed with different classes, so people were different ages in there. So I went to all my other classes that day. I was at swim practice, and I had just got out, and I was on my way out so I could go home, and I got a call back from the recruiter who had visited us in Miss Wynn's class, and he let me know that I was like the only one in that class who was like in the age range that was like going to be able to join. And I wasn't even 17 yet, but I was going to be 17 like the next month, so I was okay to join. So he told me that I had a packet to fill out. It was like a really thick packet. It was like 24, probably more pages, and it had like more health information, like my medical history. I think it asked for recommendations in there. It was just a lot of information in that packet. And he let me know the M.E.P.S requirements and everything that I was going to have to go through eventually. And let's just say nothing that my recruiter could have said at that moment would have prepared me for what actually occurred when I got there. What actually took place, what actually happened. Let's just make that very clear. If you have been to MEPS before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Your first time there. Oh my God, that place is a nightmare. Let's just get that out the way now. Okay. So he let me know that I was going to have a physical, which sounded normal to me. That they were going to be giving me my ASVAB test there at M.E.P.S too, and yeah, he let me know that that's what they're going to be doing. And he let me know, like, look, these people are not really going to be your friends. They're not really going to be on your side. Their purpose is going to be to disqualify you. Like, they're looking for things that could, like, be wrong with you to say that you're, like, not fit to join, which I found, like, unfair. Like, I thought people wanted people to join the military. Why are these people trying to stop me, someone who wants to join, from joining? At the time, I was just, excited to get it all over and done with, and I was literally gonna go into MEPS the day that I went and go through everything, like take the test and do the physical and swear, and at the end, in my mind, that's the way I thought everything was going to happen. So when it didn't happen that way, you can imagine, like, the way I felt. So the MEPS requirements. So you gotta be, for every branch is different, but you're gonna have to be a certain height and weight because that's just what they're looking for. You're gonna have to pass a hearing test, a vision test, a color visibility test, like to make sure that you're not colorblind. And they're gonna do blood work on you. They're gonna draw your blood, and I had to take a urine test. I don't know if everybody did, but I think it's just females, women. I don't know if the men did, but I did. They're also going to test your physical capability. So they're going to make you do, I think you can find other videos here on YouTube about it. Like, they're going to make you do duck walks and stuff. They're going to make you, lift your foot up, like, behind you and hold it so they can check the bottom of your feet. I don't know what they're looking for. They're going to make you hold your wrist out like this. I heard, like, they look for cuts and stuff like that. So they test things that you're able to do. They make you speed walk back and forth across the room a few times. This is all while you're going to be wearing, like, for girls, you're going to be wearing, like, your bra underwear. And for guys, you're going to be wearing just your boxers or whatever, just your shorts. And that's it, in a room full of other males or in a room full of other females. It's just the way that they do things there. And it really made no sense to me, but this is something that I just put up with. I dealt with because this is something that I wanted to do. I took the ASVAB. ASVAB stands for Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. I was never able to say that without messing it up, so I like that they shortened it to ASVAB because it's easier for me to say. It's basically a 3-hour long digital, like, a test that you take on the computer that you won't get a calculator for, you won't get a book for, you won't get notes for. You'll just get a pencil and a piece of paper, and you'll just sit there, and it has, I forget how many different segments it has, but they're all different types of, like, things that it tests you on, like reading comprehension, arithmetic, reasoning, general science. You get 3 hours at the max, and you'll probably end up, if you're wise, using most of it, so you can sit there and really write the problems down, just to make sure that you're doing, even if you think you know it, just to make sure that you're doing everything right. You guys want to know how many times I've taken the ASVAB? I'll give you a minute to guess. I've taken the ASVAB 4 times. I took the ASVAB 4 times, guys. I was young and I was going to school and stuff still, so I was studying when I could, but I mean, I had other things to worry about, and I was working too when I could, so I was busy most of the time and didn't have too much time to study. But I mean, I was doing the best I could, and I got a 14. And there's different versions of this test too. Like the ASVAB, there's not just you take one plain basic ASVAB. No, you take, like, if you're not gonna get the same test back to back. I don't think, like, the same questions. Like, they'll switch them up on you. They got different versions of them. I forget how it works, but there's not, like, if only you knew. Just take them and then you'll see. That's the only way I can explain it, because you won't know until you get into the test and you start realizing that some of those questions are different or a different type. They'll throw in sometimes more of one type of question than another. That test was different, like so so hard to pass, but I finally did. We're gonna start off with how nice they treat you before you go to M.E.P.S, because no one would ever expect that this is what's waiting for them the next day with all the luxurious things that happened to you the day before. Like, you get to go to a hotel, and it's a really nice hotel. I think at some of them they give you like a pool, but at ours I don't think there was a pool. I know I didn't swim if there was. There's good food, there's nice rooms, and there's this club called the Freedoms Club with other people who are either trying to join or like going to ship out to basic training or somewhere like the next day. So there's that, and in that room they got like games, like computer games, they got pool, game systems, stuff like that in there. It was like nice. Like, you would have thought that like the next day wasn't gonna be as bad as it actually was. So you know, you would eat. This process I've done a few times, where you go to the hotel and then you go to M.E.P.S the next day. I've done that maybe 2 or 3 times now, just because like it never went the way that it was supposed to. Each time I thought I was gonna swear in at the end of it and it'd be over, but there was always something wrong. And let's just say that my recruiter was right when he was saying that they tried to disqualify you, because there was literally nothing wrong with me, yet I still was not able to join after each time that I went there. So the next day started around 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning. Casual clothes, you know, nothing crazy, no holes in your jeans or anything like that. We all made sure we were well groomed. We had showered the night before, that our hair was done, that our teeth was brushed, that you know, just that like we were going to a job interview or something, because we were basically going to, like, I don't know, like as if you were going to like a doctor's appointment or something like that. That's what it felt like. That's how we prepped ourselves. And we went down to breakfast and we ate. And for me, I was worried about weight every single time that I went to M.E.P.S. So I was always worried about what to eat, because I didn't know if something would make me bloat more, if I would weigh more, because I really, at the end of the day, was just trying to get through. There's so many things I did in preparation to myself to just make myself able to like go through that day with no interruptions, that it was honestly crazy that I didn't after the 2 times. Still didn't. So I went down to breakfast and I tried to eat. I ate something light. I think I ate like a banana or something, but they had like potatoes, sausage, oatmeal, orange juice, milk, and I think cereal and stuff like that. They had a full breakfast. They had eggs and stuff too. And then they had us all line up and they had a shuttle waiting outside for us to all pile up on and to head straight to M.E.P.S. Like, we just, without anything else, we just ate, and it was still dark outside. That's how early it was. And we all loaded up on this bus. I think I took a video while we were on the bus. What the hell are you doing? And then we just pulled up to M.E.P.S. And when we got there, someone got on the bus and told us what to do. If we had any jewelry and like earrings or anything, we definitely had to take them out. I remember having to take my earrings out every single time. And in a hotel too, I don't know why I forgot to say this, but it's not like your own room. You're gonna have a roommate most of the time, I think. They're pretty cool though. I mean, there are other people trying to join too, so they're gonna be your same gender, obviously. And both times that I had a roommate, it was no problem at all. Like, we stayed up all night because we were just nervous about the next day. If they haven't done it before, then it'll be the same, you know, feeling for both of y'all. But that's what I did. I wish I would have got her number, because honestly, she was cool. Yeah, but we sat next to each other on the bus too, when we went to M.E.P.S. And they came on the bus and told us that we need to take out any jewelry, and that we couldn't have any like weapons or anything on us, because we were going through a metal detector and stuff to get into M.E.P.S, because it was like a secure building, of course. So we get in there. We go through the little metal detectors and everything, and we just we split up based on you're trying to join. Like, if you're trying to join the Army National Guard, you go to one office, and, you know, so on and so forth. In order to know what happened next and what happened to me that whole day while I was at M.E.P.S, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I'm gonna give another part to this video because it's already been so long, just to know that you guys want to know what actually happened to me in my experience. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.
This is going in the door. I'll play music over it.
Here you go, part 5. We're back at it, guys.
Thank you, bus driver.